All right, welcome everybody to the live guitar practice streams. We are now on day 36. So we are now getting week 6 underway and started. So I invite you all to, as always, I invite you to follow along and join my journey and, pick up some of the practice exercises I discuss and adopt them into your practice sessions as well. So so let's just see how far we can get. Again, this is a 100-day challenge. We're on day 36, and today we're going to get into some picking exercises, and then we'll do some spider exercises as well, as you could tell by the thumbnail that you clicked on. So before we get into some picking exercises, I just wanted to, since we are talking about, picking today, I have a couple extra picks here in my hand. And I got like another, 20 or so in a drawer of mine, all of different colors, the different like shapes. See how this one has like a swoop in it? And little ridges on the side. This one's like just really small. It's just like a teardrop, like most of them, I guess. But in size, quite small. So, and then they also have, you'll notice when you start playing guitar and start messing with the picks, some of them can bend quite easily. This one doesn't have the thickness value displayed on the pick, but oftentimes they do. So like here's the blue one that I typically use. I'll try to bend it and see a little bowing there, but not a whole lot. This one is 1 millimeter. So the main one that I use is 1 millimeter, and that's not by any art or science or expertise. That's just what I'm using right now. I would notice, like if I was playing with this colorful one here, it does kind of glide and like lightly feather the strings, since it's has more give. And then the ones that are a little bit more rigid kind of pluck the string a little bit more, forceful. So yeah, there's different sizes and things to play around with and experiment with. The really, really thin ones I didn't really like at first, and the super, super rigid ones I don't really like either. So I can really use anywhere from about 0.75 up to about 1.15. But anything outside of that, it's either too flimsy or too rigid. But that's just where I am right now. We'll see in time if that changes. But I really like this 1 millimeter pick here, and it's a pretty decent sized one. I don't know. I've tried to play with this black one here before. Quite a different size to it. On the back, it says that jazz. I don't know if maybe jazz players typically use smaller picks. I don't know why it says that. These are Dunlop picks apparently. Got a little tortoise on them. Turtle. It says Tortex. Tortex Dunlop. So yeah, since we're talking about some picking today, I thought I'd go ahead and mention that. And then also, as you could tell by the thumbnail and this beautiful hat here that I'm wearing, it's got the little hand gesture on it for hang loose. Yeah, so as you could tell, I've been away for a couple days. I didn't have the opportunity to do my streams and play the guitar. I actually had to fly to Costa Rica. Pura vida, pure life, baby. I had to get on a plane and fly internationally to a wedding. Buddy of mine, best friend from high school. We've been, obviously friends for decades now. And he actually met a Costa Rican lady. So had to fly over there and show love and show support and, be there by his side and congratulate him and, show him that I was proud of him. Things like that. Make memories with some good friends. So some other high school friends, also best friends of mine, showed up as well. So it was a really good time. Had to cop one of these hats. And everywhere we went, we're always, everywhere you go, if someone holds the door for you, if, the waiter, does a good job at waiting your table, just any time in passing, pura vida, yeah, pura vida. Everyone's just saying that. So the hat made sense, right? and protects my face from the scorching suns out there. So it was a great time, and now I'm back. So now that I'm back, I wanted to get right back into my 100-day challenge. So wasn't able to physically play, but believe it, my brain was thinking about, not all the time. Believe that, I'm not going to sit here in front. I was out on the beach enjoying the ocean. But at times, when I was just driving along or at the airport, in the down times, I would, sometimes think about the guitar and think about, chords and think about what notes make up a chord and just various things like that. But anyways, now that I'm back from your Pura Vida lifestyle, back to the grind, back to working. So I want to get back into the 100-day challenge. So again, today we're going to do some picking exercises. So just want to focus on just really the bottom 4 strings, 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be the top 4 strings. We're just going to do alternate picking and skipping a string. So we're going to go strings 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1. See here? 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1. So that's basically all we're doing here. And another thing, I'm using the left hand instead of playing chords or doing some type of lead picking. I'm actually just going to have it muted. Not really going to focus and do a whole lot here. Pull that shade a little bit. Seems like it's a little bright in here. All right, let me tilt this down just a hair more so you can see just a little bit more of the bottom of my guitar. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go 4, 2, 3, 1. There we go. 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2. 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1. All right, just practicing that over and over and over and over. On just the first 4 strings, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to skip strings right now. Trying to get that muscle memory. I talk about it all the time. Just trying to get that understanding for the hand, the wrist, the arm, for it to understand, okay, how far do I really need to move if I'm on the G string and want to go to the high E string. So I like to look down at it for a little while, get it understood, then look away. Feel it. Listen. Although it's muted, it is making sound. was that? Always getting these beeps. I need to turn these beeps off. I don't need these notifications. I think it's school email. So getting close to the end of the semester. Got like 2 weeks left. Working on some final paper, final presentation, just a weekly assignments, and then prepping for the final. So all in like 2 weeks. So I've got a lot of work, schoolwork to do too. I graduate in May. Just real quick, I graduate in May. Although I graduate and I walk, do the ceremony and all that, get my fake diploma, shake everybody's hands, walk across the stage, all those little things. Although I graduate in May, I still have a summer class to do, and I technically don't finish school until August, although I graduate in May. Sounds kind of funky, at least in my brain. But yeah, that's what's going on. So just getting things wrapped up in school. So trying to figure out what the next milestones, next chapters are going to be in my life. So just trying to finish up with school and see what's next. So just doing this 100-day challenge here, just that way I can continue building skills in all facets, not just academia, not just with my career, but also in personal life with hobbies, things like that. So, all right, a little bit more picking. So, again, skipping strings. So it's strings 4, 2, 3, 1. If you really want to go the opposite direction, you could go 1, 3, 2, 4. 1, 3, 2, 4. 1, 3, 2, 4. One, 3, 2, 4. So you can always switch it up, and I'm doing alternate picking, right? Again, you can go all down picking. So I'm going to go 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, but maybe it's all down picking. Maybe you want to go 4, 2, 3, 1, but you want to do all up picking. That's fine too. That confuses the brain and teaches it other things. That's fine. Practice that for 3 or 4 minutes. If you want to do alternate, there's so many ways that an exercise that I teach or that I try to display, it can, be taken and ran with in so many different directions. You can do it in a reverse order. You can do it, all downs, all ups, alternate. You can do the turnaround. You can start back over. You don't have to do, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1. You could do 4, 2, 3, 1, 1, 3, 2, 4, 4, 2, 3, 1, 1, 3, 2, 4. So it's kind of like that turnaround effect. Instead of starting over, it's a turnaround effect. There's so many ways to mix all this stuff up and confuse the brain. So the key, though, is just to keep practicing it. I can't wait. Honestly, I'm really excited to complete this 100-day challenge because there's just a lot of time, honestly, that goes into me speaking right now. I've clearly not been playing the last 45 seconds because I'm speaking. I'm trying to teach. I'm trying to, do other things. I'm trying to turn on these lights. Got to get my computer turned on. I got to get my, exercises pulled up on the computer. I got to turn on other lights. I have to take pictures. I have to, do some editing and build a thumbnail. All those things. Internet cuts out sometimes, have to restart. So there's a lot of extra time that goes into it. So I'll be excited when the 100-day challenge is over, see how good I've became, be able to reflect and watch all these 100 videos and just see how much I've improved. And then start another challenge, start different things in my personal life. And then rather than having to grab this off the guitar and record myself, I've already done an initial 100 days. Then I can just grab it off the wall and just kind of play, and I don't need to record myself. So then right now I really am only getting about 1 hour of practice a day because of all these extra little things that go into recording the video. Whereas when I'm done with this 100-day challenge, I'll be able to, I'm sure, put in, hour and a half of guitar a day, 2 hours, maybe, depends on, what the next chapters in my life entail and unfold with. But I think so, I can just grab it off the wall and start playing, even if it's, 15 minutes here, half hour there, and an hour later. But right now it's like I spend all this time getting everything set up and record this video and just communicate and speak, which is another good way of learning too, right? They always say when you're able to teach it to somebody else, you're learning it in a new way in and of itself, just by trying to explain it to others. So I am doing more mind learning as I'm doing all of this. So it'd be really cool to get really focused on the physical. Anyways, enough talking. I've done some picking now. I want to bounce over into some spider exercises. And then if time permits, we'll see. Maybe get back into some picking, but definitely want to get into some spider exercises. So right now we're going to do just the very standard fundamental spider exercise. So, and then again, remember when I do this spider exercise, I don't like to pick up my fingers and put them all back down. I like to keep them down on the strings until that finger is needed again to play another note or something like that. And right now we're doing the spider exercises in counts of 4. So every note is 4. And again, it can be all downstrokes, it can be all upstrokes, or it can be alternating. Me personally, I'm doing alternating. But follow along, do it however you desire. As I've just mentioned, any exercise can be, adapted and done however you please. But just take the concepts that I'm teaching you and play with them, make them your own. Slide. Slide. Man. All right. That's the spider exercise. Doing every single time you play a note, pluck a note, fret a fret, whatever you want to call it. Every time you put your finger down, you pluck 4 times. Down, up. Or I guess if you could, adopt it and do it however you desire. If you want to do downs, all down strokes, that's fine. All up strokes, that's fine. I'm doing alternating right now. So yeah, just real quick, I'm speaking to the camera, speaking to my lovely audience. Just want to go ahead and stretch out my hands real quick before I get back into the next spider exercise, which is virtually the same thing, but with the picking hand, we are going to do 3 count. So now it's down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So having that the counts of 3 in there kind of mess things up a little bit. So it's kind of tricky. So now we're going to do that one. But I guess before I get into that, just real quick, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and please do so. So that way it's easier to find my content later, to figure out hey, how good did he get at the guitar? Well, if you're subscribed to me, it's easier to find my channel, find my videos. So, and then you could also follow along and continue learning yourself as well, not just being intrigued on how good did I get, but you can pick up various exercises and things like that I'm teaching throughout these 100 days. So also go ahead and leave a comment below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know your thoughts. Any comment is always greatly appreciated. I'll be sure to respond to everybody, so that way we have a community of like minds speaking together. And then last but not least, if I could get the like button, thumbs up, that's always appreciated too. Thanks for helping a friend out. It's greatly appreciated. So thank you there. And let's just go ahead and dive back into the picking exercises now. Now that I did the little plug there, trying to get some subscribers, get some video likes, things like that. So let's jump back into the spider exercise now. Remember, same thing, just 3 counts. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Fingers all the way up. Down, up, 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 down, up. Keep it going. 3 counts. My thumb, it starts to, once I get to these lower frets here, I don't know why, something with my wrist and my technique, the way I'm doing it, it really hurts this outside part of the wrist. So I got to figure something out there. All right, that is the spider exercise in counts of 3, right? Down, up, 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 up, down, up. It's hard to say fast, but you know what I'm saying. So now, guess what? Big surprise coming. We're going to do the spider exercise in counts of 2. So I'm going to go ahead and do that again. Again, I know as an onlooker, this might look and sound boring, And even as the guitarist, himself, it is a little bit boring. It is, not super sexy and appealing and beautiful on the eardrums. It's not. None of this stuff is really in the 100 days that I'm doing, right? It's just very fundamental stuff because, again, I'm a freaking novice, a very, very, very entry-level beginner. I did not grow up ever picking up a different instrument and now trying to get back into it years later. No. Never played an instrument, any instrument. Didn't have family who played any instrument. So I'm as beginner as it gets. So just practicing these fundamental things, keeping the finger down until you don't need it again, doing these different counts of, spider exercise and 4 counts, and then 3 counts, then 2 counts, then we'll do 1 count. Doing these exercises where you're just skipping a string. Very, very fundamental stuff. But again, when you've never even touched the instrument before, right? You can't even crawl. You're literally just kind of flopping around and just kind of being wherever you're laid. You can't even crawl, right? I'm trying to learn how to crawl. I'm getting decent at crawling. I'm going to start transitioning into some walking shortly, I'm sure. I feel like I kind of already am walking a little bit, depending on the exercise, depending on the drill, scenario, technique. I'm walking in certain aspects. Eventually, hopefully, towards the latter half of the 100 days, I'm kind of jogging, right? Jogging. I could probably end the 100 days, and as long as I'm jogging, that'd be cool. That'd be good, And then as I work towards, the hours 101 after the 100-day challenge, and I get to hour 101 to the 200th hour, maybe in there, that's where I really get good at my walking, really get solid at my jogging, and start kind of trying to sprint. It'll probably be sloppy towards the end of 200th hour, just like my, running is now, but, in steps. That's the goal, right? So I feel it. I feel like I'm crawling. I'm getting into the walking. So yeah, I'm making progress. Anyways, as I get on these little tangents and stuff, let's get back into it. Spider exercise, counts of 2. I'm doing alternating. You can, again, do down, 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 all downs, all ups. You could even do alternating picking, but in the reverse order. I'm doing down ups. You could do up downs if you really, really wanted to. But anyways. All this repetition is really going to allow these hands to be trained to do exactly what I'm desiring them to do at any given moment. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Now I'm going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's an exercise. I know it. Stick with it. Hang in there. And when you get done, stretch it out. Rub it out. Be gentle. Don't go crazy stretching real hard or real fast. You'll injure something. But just kind of slowly, gently. It's been all curled up. I'm going to use the other hand because the other hand's hurting right now a little bit. It's been curled up like this for so long. Let it relax a little. Maybe don't even bend it the other direction. Just kind of like let it relax for a second. After a while, you can maybe go backwards, but yeah. You know what I'm saying? Listen to your body. That's the best advice I can ever give anybody, because nobody knows anybody else's body better than the individual that possesses the body, right? No one can tell me how I'm feeling, but if I'm listening to my body properly and honest with myself and honest with others, then you can make a proper, assessment of the self and know, are you injured? Are you hurt? Should you slow down? Should you hydrate? Are you okay to speed up and push it? Or are you kind of at your limit? You gotta listen to your body. Because everybody's different. Just because somebody else can play for 5 minutes doesn't mean I can play for 5 minutes. Just because somebody else can do a certain technique doesn't mean I can do a certain technique in that exact same way just yet. Maybe in time. But yeah, best advice, listen to your body. It'll tell you. All right, so we just did twos. All right, we're going to go into the spider exercise with ones. Yeah, I think in time, I squeeze the guitar necks so hard. I think in time I'll be able to relax and be able to play the guitar with a relaxed arm, a relaxed hand, a relaxed wrist. It's kind of like martial arts, It's like I'm going up against the punching bag. I'm hitting it as hard as I can every time. I'm getting exhausted after, 45 seconds of throwing punches. Well, it's because you're putting everything into it. You're putting everything into just starting off this spider exercise. I just now realized that. I put everything into my strength. It's just like, calm down, relax, be easy. Cool. So we did it. So we did the spider exercise, 4 counts, 3 counts, 2 counts, and 1 count. We started the video doing some alternate picking just on the bottom 4 strings here. So since there's extra time, I'm going to get back into some picking exercises just to, only got like 10 minutes at the beginning. So I got like 40 something minutes of spider exercise. So let's go ahead and get some extra picking time in. So that way the right hand is getting more accurate. The right arm is building that muscle memory. The right wrist and the fingers are getting more accurate and knowing exactly where to be if I want to go 1 string away or if I want to skip a string and, go a string over and things like that. So again, we're going to mute this hand, this arm, so that way all the brain, all the focus, all the energy is focused on this and what it's doing. Are you skipping? Are you doing up picks? Are you doing down picks? Doing alternate? What are you doing? For me personally, just real quick, what we did at the beginning of the video was the first 4 strings. Strings 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1. And I'm doing alternate picking. Down, up, down, up. You can look for a second and then try to look away. Okay. Now we're going to do the reverse of that. So we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4 with up, down, up, down. All right, just doing that over and over and over again, just different variations of it, just building that accuracy. All right, now, so that was what we were doing at the beginning of the video, right? Just the first 4 strings. Now we're going to do all 6 strings. A little bit more challenging. So we got strings. So we have 6, 4, 5, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1. So you're kind of skipping. You kind of skip a string, go back. Skip a string, go back 1. Skip a string, go back 1. That's basically what I'm doing. Skip a string, go back 1. 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 It's hard. I mess up, to be quite honest. I mess up a lot and miss the strings. I don't know if you can hear it because I'm muting things, but just to be open and honest, there's often times where I'm trying to skip a string and I'm skipping two strings, or I'm trying to skip a string and I actually accidentally didn't go far enough and didn't really skip a string at all. I just plucked the adjacent string. So a lot of times I'm failing, but of course I am. It's my first 100 days, right? And as they say, failing is not failing. Failing are the building blocks to get you to your success. So without the failures, you cannot succeed. Failures are the ones who don't even try, the ones who don't even start, the ones who start and then stop right away, don't even give it a real chance. Those are the real quitters. So just stick with it. What you mess up on 1,000 times now, one day you'll be like, it'll be so easy. You'll be like, how was it ever so difficult? Because you just get so used to it, right? It's already getting a little smoother. In pockets, then it gets hard again, then it gets difficult, and then it gets easy, then it gets hard again, then it gets a little easier, then it gets hard again. Okay. Let's see. All right. All right. That's some more picking there. And that's going to be a wrap for today's session. Thank you again for joining me. That is always greatly appreciated. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. That's greatly appreciated. So that way, you can be inspired. You can find my content easier in the future, and we can continue on this journey. So if you haven't commented below, please do so. That is always a blessing to see that someone has, liked my video enough or felt some type of way that they felt like they had to actually comment. That's always appreciated, and I love seeing those. So please comment below. I'll be sure to respond. And then, always boop that like button if you can. That's always greatly appreciated as well. Just go ahead and help a friend out. Even if you didn't like it, just go ahead and hit it just to, show support. And then also, you can watch another one of my videos by clicking on one of these floating boxes here to see another, hour session. And then lastly, until next time, just take care of yourself and each other. I love you guys. And until next time, peace out.